Welcome back to RAF Touching Lives. My name is Lesego Mataba, and today we'll be speaking to 27-year-old Giorapete Tusi. Giorapete experienced a hit-and-run accident when he was only 3 years old. We will be talking about his experience and life after the accident. We'll also be learning how the Road Accident Fund has assisted him on his journey to restoring the quality of his life. Hi, Giorapete. Welcome to RAF Touching Lives. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm feeling good.
You look good.
Thank you very much.
If
I
I must
appreciate
say
it.
so.
I
Tell
appreciate it.
me a bit more about yourself, where you're from.
Kitla, Northwest Rustenburg. I grew up in Rustenburg actually, but I was most of the time in a boarding school in Hartbeespoort. So school is it was a school for kids with physical disabilities and also mental disability as well. So we were all together. I want to so from grade one up until matric, I did my matric. So all those years, like logo school and one, I never switched schools and stuff like that. So second weekends I used to come home. That's when I used to see my family and so forth. So, but majority of the time I was that side. So yeah, that's how I spent most of my childhood.
At school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old were you when you were involved in a road accident?
Okay, so I was around 3 to 4 years old.
You were very young.
Yeah, so I was very young. So most of my life, actually, I've been in a wheelchair.
Okay.
Yeah, for the past 20 plus years.
So do you remember anything? I mean, three to four is very young. Do you remember anything about that day at all?
Nothing at all. The only thing I remember from that moment is me waking up hospital, the lights and everything, and push and all that. So I was in the hospital. So that's where my life actually began, because prior to that, I can't remember anything. So my life started there when I just woke up. I get hospital fela. That's when okay, this is life. This is what's happening. Okay, the only person I could remember or I knew her, okay, this person, I know them, was my mother. Because when she came to the hospital and visit me. And somehow I knew her, okay, this is my mother. But other than that, I didn't know her, like what else was going on. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in the accident, no one else got hurt. Was it just you?
Yeah, it was just me. It was just me because it was a outside thing. I was outside. The car was
like
coming.
the hit and run.
Yes.
Okay, so you were a victim
that situation.
of a hit and run.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So since you were 4 years old, you couldn't walk.
Mhm.
And what other injuries did you sustain from the accident?
Nah, it was just physically because my injury level is T4. So it's from here all the way down. So, but other than that, I didn't suffer any other injuries or maybe like mental injuries, nothing like that. It was just, physically and yeah.
Because you were involved in an accident so young, I'm assuming either your mother claimed for you at the time, or did you go through the process maybe eventually when you turned 18? Because there's also that option for people who get into accidents when they are minors.
The school that I was in, luckily they had like physiotherapists and everything. So all those things they were catered for. I used to go to physio. I used to go to hospital for checkups, seeing doctors and everything. So that was sorted out. Like I used to go for regular checkups, check my spine and all that, those things. So on that side, I didn't go to a rehabilitation facility. Well, I want to so it was at school.
At school,
Yeah.
they
So
provided that
yeah,
for
they
you.
provided that for me, and everything went well. And then what happened is that my mother, I'm not sure if she claimed that's that time or not. But it was a whole different situation at home with this claim situation and stuff like that. So my mother ended up passing away. So I was 9 that time. So another family member came over and took over.
As your primary caregiver.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there was a different situation that went there where they kind of like, messed everything up.
In terms of your claim or in terms of your care?
So they did claim, but the money
Mm.
was not used to take care of me or to,
So they
um,
misused
yeah, they
the money
misused.
that
Yeah, they
was
misused.
meant for you.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Did the RAF step in at any point to help you with your rehabilitation process after you finished school?
I didn't ask for it because at that point I was
Mm,
traveling a lot, with school and everything. So
mm,
for me, to start going to rehab while I'm at this age, I felt like no, it might be too late or something because
mm,
already it's been so many years.
mm.
I've already came to a point where like I can do everything myself.
Yeah.
And but I do know like you can go for rehab afterwards, even
Yeah.
though it's been a
So,
couple of years.
yes. So the part of the rehabilitation process is you get an undertaking certificate. So one of the things you can do is for all the times that you visit the doctor, for example, to get you go to physio or you visit the doctor, anything related to the injury sustained from your accident, you can actually, get the assistance from the road accident fund to pay for that.
Hmm.
And part of the rehabilitation is also just, helping make life better for you in the space that you're living in. So trying to restore the quality of your life in your home environment. But like you
Mm,
said, because you got into an accident so young, most of the things that normally we would administer for patients, you
mm,
don't necessarily need anymore. I'm very sad that your family did that.
mm.
So then when do you realize that funds had been misused?
So at the house that we are staying at, they were supposed to extend the house so that on the other side of the house, it will be my space. They told because he used to tell me, "Oh, we're gonna build you a bathroom and your own room and everything and all that." So by the time that the construction started, and then along the way they didn't
Mm,
finish.
mm,
So then that's when I realized, okay, this construction has not been finished. So
mm.
it must mean what there's no more money left to run,
Yeah.
yeah, the project. So then it stayed like that. And then that's when after that, because the family eventually split it as well during that whole process.
Mm.
Yeah, they split it, so I had to go and live with other family members,
In
here and there.
between.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel when you found out about that?
I guess I was kind of like just disappointed, I wasn't really angry because I always knew that I can always, thrive on my own. Because prior to that, I didn't even know about it. So it didn't matter. So I never had the mentality that, oh, I have money put aside and whatever.
Mm.
So I was just kind of like disappointed. Okay. Um, but then there was a situation where they managed to help me because there were lawyers behind that were helping me. So I managed to get some portion of it,
Okay.
uh, but but it was very small. But then
You got a portion of it back.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But other than that, yeah, there was no grudges, because I just continue with my life. I didn't let that hold me back. So it didn't hold me back in any way.
Mm.
Yeah, I forgave them. It is what it is.
What do you think could have been done differently to avoid something like this happening?
So yeah, I think if you're underage and like I think what they could have done is, just wait up until I was 18 before handing the money over to a family member, whether um they were taking care of me or not, or they could have just gave them the money in small portions instead of just
Mm.
giving everything away. You
Okay.
understand? So if somebody like me in my case is like they're still young and they still need to reach 18 before they can claim, the family members must get a small portion. It mustn't just go the whole money
All
to the
the lump
family.
sum.
Yeah, because in those
Mm.
situations, it can be misused, like in my case, before I turn 18, and then for
Mm.
me to claim or whatever. So I think it's better if, the family side, they give them a monthly installment, and then, there needs to be a record of the money and how the money is being used to help the claimant. You
Yeah.
understand? There needs to be records with RAF and everything to check if they say, okay, we're going to use this money to help him with this, and then there
Yeah.
must be proof and receipts and everything to show that the money was spent and used to help
the actual claimant
Yeah.
and not for personal
Yeah.
expenses.
Yeah.
Okay. Part of our mission is not to just do the claim payout.
Yeah.
It's also to assist in other ways.
Yeah.
So can you just tell me a bit about how else the Road Accident Fund assisted you?
Just when I was about to finish high school, I think it was somewhere around grade 10, between grade 10 and grade 12. So they actually got a place for me where I could stay. It was a
Okay.
home for people with disability and all that. So they paid for the accommodation and the services and everything. They
How did that happen?
So the social worker with the case manager are the ones
Okay.
that actually helped me. So my case manager was involved, and social workers as well. My social workers, so they work hand in hand with RAF, and then yeah, so they organized that for me, and I stayed there for about, I think maybe it was 5 years or so before I moved out again. So after I moved,
So what was the significance of the house that they put you in?
it was a home, so I was sharing with other people. A small, almost like a hostel.
Okay.
So I was sharing with other people, but there were also caregivers there
Okay.
that are working there. There are people who cook, people who clean, and people just like are drivers as well. So, and there was transportation at that facility as well. So things were not as difficult for me by that time. It was not that difficult.
So the home was meant to actually assist you in terms of the physical parts of, the challenges that you had faced basically on a
Yes.
day-to-day basis.
Yes.
Okay. And then following that, what else did you receive assistance with?
Wheelchair. They got me electric wheelchair, which I'm not using at the moment right now because I can actually push myself. So I use it for a while. And then obviously these wheelchairs, the manual wheelchairs that I get after every 5 years. So that is the most important thing, that I need my wheelchair. So after every 5 years, I can claim another wheelchair if this
Okay.
one
From
is
the road
running.
accident fund.
Yes, so
Okay.
that one is sorted out. So I know after every 5 years, I can just get a new wheelchair.
Okay.
And yeah,
Okay. So you're still in touch with your case manager then?
yes,
I assume.
100%. Yes.
Okay. And how's that relationship? How often do you speak to your case manager?
We speak regularly. If I need something, I just call her, and then we'll talk about whatever that I need. So she did also help me with the caregiver, to claim the caregiver, so that I can get some assistance, because now I'm no longer staying at the
The
house that I
hostel,
used to. So
yes.
I'm staying by myself with my caregiver. So
Mm-hmm.
they help around with washing, clothing, and cooking. Those things, that I can't really do by myself, just like quickly.
So when you left the first home and you moved to go live by yourself, you were assigned a caregiver by your case manager, by the Road
Yeah.
Accident Fund. So
Yeah.
your caregiver, is it a full-time caregiver? Does this person live with you, or does he or she come on occasions?
The caregiver that I have, they come in the morning, they come and clean, and then they cook for me while I'm at work. They do everything that they have to do, the household. On weekends as well, they will wash my clothes. Most of the time, they'll wash my clothes on weekends. All right. And then during the week, it's mostly like cleaning, cooking, and all those things. If sometimes I'm traveling with them, they will help me with traveling as well. So they'll take my car, my wheelchair, put it in the car, and then travel with me wherever that I need to go. So that's how we do it. Because most of the time I'm at work.
Yes.
Yes. So he doesn't come with me to work and spend time with me
And
at
he's
work.
not live in, he just
No,
comes
yeah,
in.
come and then leave. Yeah,
Okay.
every day, yeah, like that.
And then you said he assists you when you're home, let's say after work. Does he assist you when you're back from work as well?
Yeah, probably if maybe like I need to take a shower. Sometimes if maybe that week I feel like I need assistance
Mm.
somewhere, somehow, because most of the time I'm actually helping myself with that. So
Mm.
during those hours, because it's from in the morning up until 4 o'clock that he will
Okay.
be around. But if I can ask him to stay around a little bit longer,
To
if
assist
I
you.
do need something.
Have you been able to afford the level of care on your own, that you are receiving from the road accident fund?
And now I would not be able to afford you know, the life that I'm living right now. So RAF being able to help with certain things, it makes things so much easier because, like I said, everything is so expensive. So right now with the current job that I have, if RAF was not around, I would not be able to, have those extra
Mm.
assistance and all that,
Like your
like
caregiver.
caregiver, a
Mm.
wheelchair, and yeah.
Mm. The RAF has been assisting you since you were 18 years old,
Mhm.
in terms of, the assistive devices, your wheelchair, your housing, and your caregiver. So,
Mm.
what is the relationship that you have between the RAF now?
The relationship is very good. There's no problems that I have with them. They are always willing to listen, always willing to help. If I call them, they answer, they see how they can help me with whatever I need. And ever since they stepped in, my life has been very much easier. I think if they were not around, I would have been, having a hard time. I would have been struggling. I would have been depressed, I guess, maybe because things like wheelchairs and all those other things that we
Yeah,
need, they are very expensive.
expensive.
Yeah, they're very expensive. So just to have that support system means a lot to me. So our relationship is very good.
And what are you doing?
I'm currently working now full-time job at a car motor dealership. So yeah, that's where I'm currently working right now. And yeah, it's going well so far. It's going good. And yeah, right now I'm just enjoying life, I don't have anything that I can complain about or whatsoever. I mean, every after 5 years, I get a new wheelchair. They pay for my
From the
caregiver.
road accident
Yeah,
fund.
they do
That's
help with
good.
my medical supplies and all that. So those are the basic things that you actually need to survive.
Yes.
So that I'm getting. So I'm very grateful for that. So
Okay.
it makes life so much easier and better. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
part of rehabilitation. It's not
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
the
Okay.
physical
Yeah.
part. It's those
Yeah.
things that, we're trying to do to just
Mm,
maintain that, like I said, restore the quality of your life. So you don't
yeah.
feel like you are struggling in your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to? You're still very young. You're 27.
But I'm looking forward to, doing other things as well in the future. Maybe traveling more,
Mm.
um, starting a business and all those things. Just having a future whereby I can be free, I can be financially sustainable, and I can thrive and just enjoy life.
Mm.
Yeah, so I don't want to be stagnant. So at the moment, I'm more into art and things.
Yes.
Yeah, photography, art, yeah,
Oh, wow.
and designing, those kind of things.
So when you want to, go into your entrepreneurship, that's where your focus is going to be.
I believe so. Art, yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
At the moment, I'm just kind of like, trying to figure it out because
Mm.
I want to join a photography club and all those things and,
Yeah.
get more into art. So I'm still learning and I'm still trying to find new ways, to get myself out there. But I'm more going against that Danoyan and I'm just trying to figure out my lane before I can push my things
Okay.
forward. Yes.
So art is a new thing. Your love for art is something that you discovered, now that as you're getting older, or has it been something that you've always loved?
Always been something, even in school, I used to love art and all that. But after school, I wanted to get into a more professional things. So I just put it aside. So it's something that I just visit now and then. And,
Mm.
I'm trying to see where I can fit it in my life
Mm.
because now I have a job and everything.
Mm.
So yeah, look for other ways as well to make those dreams come true.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you definitely can. Like
Yeah.
you're still, like I said, you're still very young. I think there's still a lot to look forward to. and you're somebody who seems like you have a positive outlook on life. What would you say to, somebody who is in your situation, especially newly into your situation, at any age? What sort of encouragement would you give them?
Um, Encouragement that I will give them is to understand that life doesn't stop with your disability. There's still a life after, you get involved in a car accident or whatever. I will also say, make sure that you are around people who actually care about you and who's going to take care of you. Make sure that you also put yourself out there. Don't just sit around the corner and then make people uncomfortable to approach you. Also, when you are comfortable with yourself, it will make
Mm,
other people also comfortable to
comfortable
be
around you.
around you. It's not always going to be easy, but you just have to stay positive. And yeah, just work on yourself internally, mentally, physically, whatever that you can do. And, don't care about what other people think about you or, focusing on negative things. Just be yourself, be positive, and, surround yourself with good people, and then you'll be fine.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. Thank you so much,
I
Kirapetse.
appreciate it.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure. As part of the Road Accident Fund's transformation journey and commitment to placing the claimant at the center of all its operations, the RAF has recently launched its new CRM system to ensure that claimants are given real time developments on the progress of their claim. If you're a claimant and would like up to date information on your claim, contact the new RAF call center number on 087 820 1111. We also have a lot more solutions for you where you can reach us and assist you with your RAF claim. Thank you for watching.